Fiona from Love with Heart Online, and today we are joined by Gianna from Philosophical Hearts,
Hello, hi Fiona, hi everyone.
and we will be discussing this idea of the power of mind reading in relationships. What do you think?
Okay, so the power of mind reading. First thing I would like to say is that I don't think it's a power, even though we would like to think that we have this power, that we always know what other people think or will do in any situation. Especially, we would like others to be able to read our minds and always say the right thing or do the right thing in every situation and um, make us feel as if all our needs are met without us expressing our needs. We think that because we feel a certain way, others will know exactly how we feel and why we feel like that. Because we always assume that we all have the same idea of love, respect, how to show affection, but we don't. Everyone has got different ideas and perceptions of reality and of what love is, affection is, respect is. I was thinking about an example. For example, if I think I love to be given a kiss in the morning when I wake up before my partner goes to work. I like to feel that is, affectionate to me because that to me is a sign of love, respect. But maybe he will think, oh, if I kiss her good morning, she will wake up and will disturb her sleep. So I will show her my respect by leaving her alone and letting her sleep. And I would think, oh, why is he not giving me that sign of love and respect that I want? But he's giving you love and respect, and so if you have needs, you need to let them know because
Mm.
surely they won't be able to read your mind.
I love this example because I have a really similar one on the other side. So, like you were talking about how we understand and perceive and give love and respect very differently. So, in
Yeah.
my personal case, I love it when my boyfriend grabs my ass at all times. You know, whether
Okay. Yes.
whether it's in
Yes.
public or at home, it doesn't have to be a really obvious ass grab. I just like it when he puts his hand on my bottom because to me, um, I value physical touch, and that is a sign of love and a sign of respect and a sign of connection. But I am sure that not many people feel this way, right? A lot of people might be offended. They might see and they're like, "Oh, how can you let your boyfriend disrespect you that way?" Right? Because to them, that is not the right thing to do. So, from this example in my own life, I learned that we all perceive and understand love and respect very differently. So it's really important that in your own relationship that you are able to find someone who shares this love language and also be able to understand your particular need for love and respect to be expressed in the way that you understand it. Yeah? You think?
Exactly. Going back to what you were saying about other people not understanding, for example, in my relationship, I value keeping a friendship or at least a friendly or respectful civil um, rapport with exes
Mm.
because I think that if someone was important for me at some point and I love them, these people are not disposable. That once I'm done in a relation of from a point of view of a relationship with them, once I'm done, I don't never want to see them again. Well, unless they were horrible people, then it's different. But if the relationship ended in a amicable way, then I think it's nice that I can still see them as people.
Yeah.
And I still like the same way my partner to do the same. Like he can see people from his past still as people, not just some exes that he doesn't need anymore. And I've heard a lot of people instead say, "Oh, this is very disrespectful. It's a red flag, a huge red flag. If you keep anyone from your past in your present, is a huge red flag." But I think there's not a right and a wrong way of doing it. There is only what feels right to me and to my partner with whom I am in a relationship. If it feels right to both of us, then it is right. If it feels wrong, then it isn't. But you should never expect your partner to instantly know without you telling them what feels right to you. You need to let them know, not expect them to read your mind, and you need to and if you do let them know, most probably you can't demand it, but most probably if they love you, they will want to meet that need and that request for you to make you happy.
I totally see.
Will perceive reality differently, and I think what shapes reality for us. I'm a firm believer that reality is what we perceive it to be. We make our reality, and it's shaped, I think, by the filters of our insecurities, our belief system, our values, and these are different for everyone. And the very important thing about communicating that you were saying is important to let people know. It's absolutely true, but I get why we could subscribe to the hope of mind reading, because communication is a little bit scary because it opens us to the possibility of rejection. Because when we say we need to be honest when we express our needs, we have to let the other person know what we need in that moment, and the other person could say, I don't care, or this need is stupid. So we are scared of being rejected, being told that our needs are not important, or not being understood. So we tend to think, oh, if I just let them guess, if they love me, they will know. If they like me, they will do the right thing. But maybe they are trying to do the right thing, but that right thing that they are trying to do is not the right thing for you. And if you don't both let each other know that you both trying to do the right thing, you might just clash. Because at the beginning of a relationship, as you mentioned, the beginning of a relationship, I think it's a little bit easier because there aren't big things involved. There is more just going on dates and enjoying each other's company and being nice to each other. And then while the relationship progresses, it starts. We start being involved in bigger conversations, like what are my values, what are my boundaries, what are my likes, what are my dislikes, what are my hopes for the future. And when when we start dating someone, maybe we think, oh, this person completes me. We have the same values. We are so similar. Everything is so perfect. and when bigger things start being involved that they don't do exactly what we would expect someone to do, we're like, oh, what's happening? Why is he disrespecting me? But when the more serious or established that the relationship becomes, the more the need for communication comes in. Maybe at some point your partner will know you well enough that they will know what's important for you. But I think forever, in every stage of a relationship, there isn't a point when your partner instantly knows, oh, surely this situation, I need to do this. Most things, they probably know what your favorite food is by that point. A lot of things, a lot of little things that they can guess because they know you very well. But there will always be a need for you to express, in this situation, I would like you to do this.
Absolutely. You know, so I feel the same way. I have one big ex, and we had a really beautiful, long relationship together. And when we broke up, I wanted us to stay friends because we shared such a love. But over time, I realized that it doesn't work for him that way because he feels very differently. He needs to have me completely out of his life for him to move on.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized that, hey, we feel very differently about a very simple yet fundamental thing. What happens after a relationship? Right? And I never considered that would be something that's different. Because you hear it from your friends, but really experiencing it yourself is very different, right? When you're the one living through this.
Absolutely, but then I admire that because you felt a certain way, but out of love, not romantic love, but out of love for this person, compassion, you decided to do something that was good for them, which was cutting yourself out of their lives because you understood this need. Well, I don't know if they communicated this need to you or not. I hope they did.
Maybe not in so many words, but over time, just based on his behavior and and the way he was expressing himself in certain ways, I realized that we want different things. Like I want us to be
Yeah,
friends, and he does not, and that's
that,
okay.
that
I respect that. That's okay.
exactly. I would respect that too. If someone told me they need that from me, I would respect it too. If someone is happy to go with what I think would be nice, then it always goes back to that, finding the same values in any sort of relationship. Well, mainly romantic in this scenario we're talking about, but in every sort of relation with people that we have, if we expect people to instantly know what's good for us, what's bad for us, and have exactly the same value, they might not have the same value.
Yeah.
They might not know what we need, and to make things work, we need to let them know. We can't expect, because we don't all perceive reality the same way.
That's
As
right.
we said before, something that for me is a sign of love and respect for someone else might be a red flag.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Exactly, exactly. So I think this also goes into why sometimes some of us subscribe to mind reading because we forget that we are all people with our own individual experiences, our own beliefs, the environment that we have spent most of our time in, the beliefs that surround us, right? All of this shape us very differently. Even siblings from the same household, right, can feel and think about things very differently because we're all individual people, right, with our own experiences and our own ways of wants and needs and what we think a relationship should be. So I really love how you were saying that it's all about communication because even the most perfect relationship in the beginning can fall apart without open communication, without talking to each other, because it's really unfair to your partner and to yourself to expect someone to
Yeah.
know exactly what you think and want without you saying it, right? Expressing is is a strength. Expressing is a necessity. It shouldn't be a hope. It shouldn't be something that we dream about but don't put in any action to achieve. No? Gianna, I really love how you described everything because I'm thinking that it also kind of is what I was about to say. You know, how here in Love with Heart Online, I am very big on four things. Number one is emotional regulation, right? Taking care of and taking ownership of your own emotions, learning to regulate yourself. Then emotional attunement, right? Understanding where your partner is coming from and their perspective of their world. Then emotional resonance, where the both of you meet in your safe space, right? But all of this can only happen with practice and learned empathy. So that's where I'm coming from. But I also really love how, with you in Philosophical Hearts, you are talking about non-violent communication. I feel that it really
Yeah,
translates. Yeah.
I like that you said that, because in nonviolent communication, the way I use it to effectively communicate in relationships, there are various steps to follow and be very aware of the way you express yourself. But there is also a component of empathy and listening that you were just mentioning. And another thing is, in nonviolent communication, is always being aware of your needs. Nonviolent communication does never means just make yourself smaller so you avoid conflict. No, it means know what you want to communicate and let them know, and it's the way, to me, best way to ensure that you and your partner always know where you stand on everything and it doesn't become a big argument.
And I really love and respect your ideas of nonviolent communication. So, for those of you who are interested, Gianna's link to her nonviolent communication will be here. You can reach out to her. We will also be adding a snippet for a couple of minutes where Gianna will give you an idea what nonviolent communication is before you reach out to her to find out more. And if you're interested in emotional regulation, emotional attunement, emotional resonance, please check out the link here. You can find us here Love with Heart Online, and this is our first collaboration. But before we end, I'd like to share. The truth is, we did this yesterday. So we had a great
So nice to
meeting.
see you again,
It was
Fiona.
wonderful, and then technical error. The video recorded. There is no audio. So I reached out to Gianna. I was like, "I'm sorry. We need to do this again. We need to record like we've never done this again." And I'm so proud of us. I think we did very well. I also think it's very funny that we repeated so many things we said yesterday. Today's video.
Well, it means we really believe in it if we're able to say it again.
There was no memorizing. There's no script, but this is just what's really close to both of our hearts, and we really
Yes.
do share some fundamental beliefs about relationships, which is why I was really excited that Gianna said yes to do this together. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. I was so happy when you invited me. I was over the moon.
The honor is mine. And one last interesting information. I am currently in Phu Quoc, Vietnam. Sunny. It's raining, but sunny. And Gianna is in.
I am in London, in the UK,
And we are many,
so not that sunny.
we are many, many hours apart, but I love that how we can still connect together regardless of that. So thank you again, Gianna. Um,
Thank you, Fiona.
we will be releasing this soon, so I really hope that we will see all of you wherever we will see you, and you can find us here, and here's a big heart. Okay, I'm gonna cut it here. Whew. Thank you, Gianna. I promise this one recorded. I checked.